Hello and welcome to another review of a film that I've seen on Mubi. Joe's taking another break from the reviews, so I'll be doing them by myself for a while. This time I'm reviewing Titane, directed by Ducournau. Now, this film had mixed reviews when it came out. I remember reading them. And I can see why. This is a film that I can see reasons why people might hate this film, and I can see why people might love it. This film is definitely not my genre. It is. I think it's wrong to call it a horror film. It uses horror as a medium to tell a story, to say a lot, in fact. And the level of graphic violence in it is so high that I'm never going to enjoy watching that type of graphic violence. That said, having seen her previous film Raw and really enjoying it, but kind of having a similar problem with it, not my genre, but such a great film, well made, really good story, layers of meaning, metaphors, etc. I really enjoyed Raw, so I had quite high expectations of Titane, if a little bit of nervousness at what I was going to have to go through. The number of warnings of the different things that it includes that Mubi put on the screen at the beginning did make me feel a little bit nervous as to what I was going to experience. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I think it's excellent. I've actually watched it twice, and the second time it's rich. It's so rich. It definitely merits a second viewing. I really enjoyed it. It's so imaginative. It's so creative. I don't think it's based on a book or anything. I think this is all from Ducournau's head, and it is odd. It's weird. The event that it starts with, this kind of car and erotic dancing event, I mean, maybe I'm a bit naive. I don't know whether a scene like this really exists, but it just seems so strange and so odd, but really compelling. So I was kind of engaged in it from the start. As with Raw, this film is full of metaphors. I think everything that happens in it represents something much deeper. I think Ducournau's actually got a lot to say, and she's using the genre to say it. Some of the metaphors are very obvious. It's saying a lot about gender fluidity and masculinity, and all of that is really at the surface. But for all its obviousness, it works very well. I thought it's done really good, but I do think that there are many other deeper meanings about relationships, about damaged people, and ultimately about love. It seems very strange to say this, but this film, I think, is about love between traumatized, damaged people. And that makes me feel it's quite special, this film. The violence is excruciating at times. The scene with the sink where she breaks her nose is just horrible. That's definitely not for me, that kind of level of body horror. But the film, I don't know, it works on so many levels. There's so much humour in it, kind of black humour. There are a couple of times when I did actually laugh out loud, which seems strange because it's definitely not explicitly comedy. The main character, Alexia, what an actress, what a performance, really. The transformation is amazing. She looked really different as she transformed from being female to male. I just thought it was a stunning performance. She really gave herself to it. It's a very visceral film, and you really felt that it really worked what she was portraying. I felt so much in this film. the thing that's surprising about it and what makes it so good for me is that, and I can see why not everyone would get this, but for me this definitely worked. I found it really emotional towards the end, really moving, really weighty. And it's hard to put your finger on why, because it's kind of mysterious and weird and, so original, I think. And I think it's one of those films that because it's so visceral, there's something that's happening that's working with the body. You watch it with the body as well as with your mind. It's one of those films. So overall, I thought this film was really excellent. Not for the faint-hearted, but really worth watching, even if it's not your genre. Next time I'm going to be reviewing The Souvenir Part 2 by Joanna Hogg. See you next time.